Good morning, Whalers Nation, and welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. We're coming to you live from Vito Capizzo Stadium for today's Varsity Boys Lacrosse game. I have been waiting to say this, the reigning Division IV state champion Nantucket Whalers host the Vineyarders from Martha's Vineyard. It's always fun when the purple and blue get together. Thanks very much for joining us here on the NSC and NCTV. I am Chris Morris, your voice of Whaler sports. As I kick off my spring season, of course, a lot of you tuned in yesterday for some softball, and happy to have you along wherever you may be joining us, including our friends over on the island, Martha's Vineyard local community television. Thanks for tuning in as well. I will be joined up here in the field house with Sophia Reese. She'll be your eyes on the field today. Of course, Charles in charge, the brains of the op, makes us look as cool as we can. We're missing you, Hammy, buddy. Hammy Hurd's got another commitment today, but he will be with us in spirit and will join us for the majority of our lacrosse coverage here on the NSC and NCTV. Got a great game here. This is going to be a good matchup again. The reigning Division IV state champions have retooled it up, but the Vineyard team also retooled. We'll get into our game preview here in a second. But before that, we will thank our founding underwriter for the sports here on the NSC and NCTV, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They have made the children of Nantucket High School a priority of their philanthropic efforts and have continued those efforts with their support of our live broadcast. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, proud supporters of Nantucket Whalers Athletics.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com. Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit myricklaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. As you can see, the boys continue their pregame warm-ups. The Whalers will continue their quest to repeat as state champions. Man, that's got a nice ring to it. They enter today's matchup, winning their 18th game in a row dating back to last year. They defeated Whitman-Hanson in their season opener 12-0. Behind a strong defensive effort, of course, anchored by returning goalie Jeremy Jenkinson. Man, he is one of the best in the state. He was last year already as a junior, or as a sophomore. Can't wait to see what he's got lined up. I saw him warming up with a regular stick. I don't think I've ever seen a goalie warm up with a regular stick. That, of course, leads him to practice and get his eye-hand coordination all the more better. He will be leaned on heavily, certainly early on in this season, as the Whalers, again, retool their lineup, a lineup that had 9 incredible seniors that led them to the state title last year. But head coach Sam Aloisi has some key cogs still left in the machine, baby, including offensive specialist Aaron Hanlon. He will be certainly the leader of the offensive squad and is one of the 4 captains, along with David Cirillo. We'll see him in that face-off area. Of course, he is a master, a surgeon, if you will, with the face-off stick. Jeremy Jenkinson, as we mentioned, another co-captain, and unfortunately we won't see him on the field, but Owen Sullivan, number 10, certainly deserving of the captain title. He is, of course, out with an ACL injury that he picked up in the football season. Others to note here on that lineup from last year, Canton Jenkinson, of course, the brother of Jeremy. Jake Grant will have some serious playing times, and a couple of other great athletic guys, some of which committed to lacrosse after the seasons from other sports. Miles Bodette, we saw him on the ice, of course, the lone senior on the ice hockey squad. Soren Edwards, Ben and Nick Yates, and many others, as we will get to some other names throughout the lineup. Offensively, the Whalers will kind of have to score by committee this year without the sort of three-headed monster they had last year. But, of course, Aaron Hanlon was one of those heads, so he is certainly going to see his looks and get his touches. But obviously they will have to run some offensive plays to get things going. And despite, again, an overall young defensive unit, Aloisi has a bunch of really good athletes, and he has the ultimate equalizer in Jeremy Jenkinson, who allowed an MIAA state low 87 goals last year total. Unbelievable total. The Whalers had the least amount of goals scored in Division IV by about 30. Sandwich was next in line, and of course you know what happened the last time the Whalers and Sandwich met up. I'm smiling here behind the camera. So, man, I am very excited to see how things progress this season. The journey continues, and again, they are riding an 18-game winning streak dating back to last year. Again, the Vineyard squad on the other side, much improved, and from last year, who, of course, the Whalers defeated twice rather easily. They only graduated a couple of guys from last year's squad and are 1-1 on the season coming into today's matchup with the Whalers. And, of course, you can almost throw away the records when the purple and blue lace them up and get on the fields, because the emotions run high, as always. A lot of these guys see each other in other sports, up to and including, of course, that great Island Cup game. Legendary, epic, instant classic of a football game that happened last October, or this October, this past October. So as you can see, the captains in the center getting their introduction and getting their final instructions from the Stripes today. As running a little bit late with our start, always an adventure getting the boats and buses and boats back. There was a slight delay, so thanks very much for tuning in here early on. About a minute and a half left here. We'll take a quick break here and come back with the opening face-off. The Whalers home opener, the defending state champions home opener today. Whalers Nation, get ready for it, baby. We'll be back here on the NSC and NCTV coming right up.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in and being part of a team, falling but getting back up. It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Carp. Welcome back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. As you can see, the boys will be getting their final instructions from the coaching staff. Again, a great coaching staff that led the Whalers to the Division IV state title. I'm going to say that about 1,000 times this season, folks. So just bear with me, because it just has a nice ring, and obviously a historic season last year. with a great run through the state playoffs, culminating with that win over in Barnstable against the Sandwich Blue Knights. And the Whalers took care of business in their first game. Whitman-Hanson, not one of their strongest foes this year. We will have a strong foe, however, a very big litmus test coming up in one of our broadcasts next week. Tuesday is a matchup with the Falmouth Clippers, of always a big one. And, of course, Falmouth in a couple divisions up from the Whalers. But doesn't matter. Cape and Islands League, you play the toughest schedule around, and certainly the Falmouth Clippers will always be one of those tests. So you can see the boys are ready to go here. The Vineyard also ready to go. We're happy to have you along as we are ready to go, Whalers Nation. Hopefully you're joining us in good spirits. Again, Hammy, we're missing you, buddy, but we know you're here in spirit. And look forward to many a game this season, as, of course, we'll bring you both boys and girls lacrosse. In addition to, as you saw yesterday, some softball, some baseball. We've got all sorts of spring sports coming up here as we look to always expand our coverage and bring more Whalers athletics to you, Whalers Nation, the fans, friends, and supporters, of course, of Nantucket Whalers athletics. Speaking of which, we'll get into it a little bit later towards one of our breaks and ask you for some help, because we've got a little snap raise thing going on, and I'll give you the details on that coming up here later on in the broadcast. But as we expand, you know, the way of the world, costs also go up, and we're happy to thank those that have already jumped on our snap raise, and hopefully maybe if you have the means, you can help us out as well. We are ready to go here. As you can see, the face-off, Cirillo in the middle. He was an absolute beast in their last game, and of course in the state title championship. And it'll be the Vineyard getting the ball here to begin things here. So Whalers on the defense. Pass intercepted by Cirillo. He'll flip it and control it across midfield. Whalers now on the attack. Cirillo gains the zone. He'll look for some help and flips it over as the Whalers get the offense set up. A little sloppy on the first pass, but Nantucket gets it set up. Jake Johnson, one of the new additions to the offensive squad, and set. Has it behind the net. As the Whalers will move it around. Johnson once again. Behind the net and pushed out. Nice defensive play there by the Vineyard, and that causes a turnover. As Jake Grant got a little too close to that sideline, and the Vineyard defender got right up. Nice play. That's number 30. He said, I was informed that John Hoff will be one to watch for the Vineyard. He is a weapon. Makes his way around the net. Again, good defense there by the Whalers. Canton Jenkinson guarding Huff. Pass in front of the net. Nothing doing. Smothered. Whistle will stop play, and it'll be Whalers ball, I believe. Nope, Vineyard ball. That's Finn Callan giving it up behind the net. Pass goes through. That's going to be a loose ball. Good plug, and his feet were out of bounds there. That was number 14, Tyler Miller, with a good defensive play. Just stretched out, and his feet were out of bounds. There's Huff once again. As the Vineyard gives it up. Nice defensive play. Get him across that mid-stripe. Loose ball. Whalers cause another turnover. Cirillo, no surprise there. He'll make a move into the center. Pass goes behind the net. Back out front. Here's Hanlon. He avoids one. Gets a low shot off. Save made. Nice save. Quick outlet. And boom, another big hit causes another turnover. He stepped out of bounds. But good play by the Whalers there. Noah Stringer and Jake Johnson in on the hit. And nice catch at midfield by number 33 there for the Vineyard. That is Charles Toomey. And he fights his way into the zone. Nicely done. Long stick keeping it away from Hanlon, but Hanlon gets in there to jar it loose. And a push by Toomey gives the Whalers the ball back. Still no score here with 8:53 to go here in the first. Hanlon gets it jarred loose. Flips it ahead and out of bounds. It'll be another turnover here. So, again, both teams kind of getting their legs underneath them here. Cold, crisp morning on the island. And out of bounds, another turnover. So, no scoring here yet. Let's see if the Whalers can get something going here. Hanlon will jog it into the zone and get it set up for Nantucket. Finishing off the lineup is Tyler Miller, number 14. He gets it here at the top of the zone. Johnson, errant pass and another turnover. He knew it. He slams his stick on the ground. And yet another turnover here as the goalie, Will Hoff, has another errant pass and another push. That'll be Whalers' ball. So Toomey whistled for another early infraction. That's Mooney. Here's a move by Hanlon. He shoots another save. So a couple of long-distance shots as Hoff is able to squeeze it and get it out quickly. Toomey up, and the Vineyarders can attack. Intercepted by Jenkinson as they tried to make a connection inside that crease area, and quickly the Whalers will move ahead, but unable to control it cleanly. And the scrum will ensue. Vineyard with an errant pass. Jenkinson might pick that one up and look to get the clear. He avoids one and will run it ahead. Looks for some help. Finds it in the form of number 15, Paxton Fitch. And the Whalers can get it set up here offensively. Good catch off the ground as Fitch retreats. Still no score here, 6:40 and counting in the first. Hanlon jogs on to finish off the offensive squad, and he will get the ball here. Spins out of one. He's got some space. Good pass, shot, save made. So 3 good shots on goal, but Hoff has been up to the task. Vineyard looking to clear. And another bad pass that will roll all the way out of bounds, and the Whalers will take over here. Clock continues to roll as we approach 6 minutes to go here in the first. Happy to have you along here on the home opener for the defending Division IV state champion Nantucket Whalers. Jenkinson looking for the clear. He'll get it up to midfield. Good catch, good pass. Whalers. Reverse back. And again, Hanlon's going to see a lot of the ball. And the Vineyard knows it. They're looking to get something going here. He'll be picked up by Gabriel Bengtsson. Either way, number 7 for the Vineyard on defense. Taking his time, looking to get the play developed. Good cut through, nobody home. Hanlon spins as the Whalers' offensive motion looks to find a crease here, get some space. Good move. Nothing doing, though. No screen. Hanlon looking to spin. Gets some space in front. Shot. Oh, good defense. Jarred it loose from Jake Grant. So good physicality here early for the Vineyard defense as they look to stop another offensive set here by the Whalers. Individual one-on-one move here. Cut off. Space. Shot. Save. Good clean look, but again, some distance on those shots, and the goalie Huff for the Vineyard has been able to get there. And another quick turnover. Good defense by Canton Jenkinson. He's on the run. He's matched up with number 30, another Hoff, and quickly up. Hanlon bounces it in and scores the first goal. Great low shot by Aaron Hanlon, and it bounces over the stick and into the net as the Whalers draw first blood. Check it out on the replay. Here's Jenkinson, who finds Hanlon on the run. Plenty of space and a great bounce shot, even though the goalie went down to the ground. It bounced just over his mask and into the back of the cage. So the Whalers score first with 4:12 to go here in the first. They lead 1-0. As you can see, the wind is whipping those jerseys pretty good here. It is a cold spring day out there. The winter coats by the coaching staff donned, and Cirillo unable to control. So the Vineyard 2 for 2 on faceoffs. Loose ball, however, and it'll be picked up by Soren Edwards, who gets clocked by two Vineyard players. And wisely, Coach Aloisi sees the two players and Edwards in a little bit of trouble, calls timeout early to save the possession. We'll take a quick break here on the NSC. 3:50, 4 minutes even to go. Whalers up 1-0.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast. The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com. Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit myricklaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as the Whalers call timeout to save a possession there. They are up 1-0, 4 minutes to go here in the first. Once again, thanks very much for joining us here on the NSC and NCTV, our first of many lacrosse games for the boys and girls squad. Of course, you all tuned in yesterday to our premiere of softball coverage, and we will include some baseball this spring season as well as the Whalers put it in. It's Hanlon looking to get it across, and Jenkinson now on the run, spins out of one, long stick shot, scores! Ken Jenkinson from Hanlon! And the Whalers are up 2-0. Number 2, as you can see here on the replay. I'm saying that because we didn't have lacrosse replays last year, baby. Another good toy for us. And Jenkinson uses the long stick to get a little extra whip on there as he got that pass quickly in from Hanlon. So, again, Coach Aloisi, got to give him that credit for that goal. Saves the possession, leads to goal number 2. Great job by the coach on the sideline. That's the stuff that champions do for sure. 2-0 Whalers. Cirillo flips it ahead, and the Vineyard now with a chance as the scrum continues in front. Whalers control. It'll be Edwards looking ahead and gets it to Johnson in the corner. He'll run it behind the net as the Whalers get another offensive possession here. Already up 2-0. Loose ball. Vineyard able to get to it. Let's see if they can get a clear here. It's been sloppy, and there's another sloppy pass tipped away. Jeremy will be able to scoop it up here and try and get a clear for the Whalers. Bounces up. Cirillo with a few defenders whacking at his arms. He runs right through all those little arm grabs. Got to get it up, and he'll flip it down as the Whalers change on the fly and get it into the zone in time. Nicely done by Stringer to sprint it into the zone. And here's Johnson. Tries to spin out and unable to get the ball out of his stick before being run out of bounds. So a couple of those plays by the Vineyard. Nice aggressive defensive play by Martha's Vineyard to gain the possession. They're down 2-0, however. Haven't been able to get much on the offensive side due to sloppy passes like that. And blasted out of bounds. Nice hit right in front of the bench for Nantucket. That fires up the boys right there. As you can hear, causes a turnover. Love it. Crossfield pass. Here's Canton Jenkinson. Scored the second goal with his long stick, and he'll look to gain the zone. Over to Hanlon. He's got some more space. Pass in front. Shot. Scores! Number 33, Jake Grant, picks up his first goal of the game. As once again, Canton Jenkinson gained the zone. Great couple of good passes there. One to Hanlon, and Hanlon found Grant sitting at the doorstep, and he beats Hoff for a 3-0 lead for Nantucket. Still 2:19 to go. They've strung together 3 goals here in a matter of 2 minutes and have taken a commanding 3-0 lead here in the first. After a bit of a sloppy start by both teams, the Whalers have found their groove here offensively. And again, it's been locked down on the defensive side. Cirillo loses his stick, and he'll have to sprint off as, another good physical hit by Nantucket. And that's going to be a draw flag. That was Miles Bodette who got came from behind, and that always draws the whistle. So we'll see what he gets. Should be just a minor here. So it'll be a 1-minute penalty as the Vineyard finds themselves a man up for the first time in the game behind the net. And back out front, Hoff with a good pass. Nice catch. Back to Hoff. He'll shoot it. Save! Actually looked like it kicked the post. Bounces out of bounds. Vineyard will get it back here. 1:43, 38 seconds left on the penalty. As you can see, that blasted the post there and careened out of bounds. Attack continues here as Hoff looks for some help, gets it back up at the top of the zone. Good move, low shot, whizzes by. Vineyard's back there to retain the possession. 20 seconds left on the penalty. Good move, but denial. As you can see, the Whalers are packing it in here in the middle. A little bit of a zone defense, leaving that backside behind the net open. Loose ball. Jenkinson there. And the penalty is expired. Whalers back to full strength here, so good job by the defensive unit. No surprise there. That will be certainly the strong suit of Nantucket with that anchor in net in Jeremy Jenkinson. Vineyard do retain possession as they work it around. Backside, here's Hoff. Again, one-on-one basically with Canton Jenkinson, who Careens that long stick. Jeremy out of net. Good play, a little bit risky, but it worked out as the Whalers cause another turnover. Good move to avoid one. There's another move to blast through. 2 Vineyarders go down. Whalers got numbers. Sloppy pass, unable to be handled. So good job. Nice move from behind to get it loose. Here's some pressure up front as the physicality draws a flag. We've got a flag on, looks like on the Whalers, and finally the whistle will stop play here. Just 8 seconds left on the clock, so we'll see what the whistles look like. A hit above the head on the Vineyard. So number 8 for the Vineyarders, Jordan Souza, will take a knee. So it'll be the Whalers with the man up, their first man up of the game. Already up 3-0 here. Just 8 seconds left to go here in the first. And that penalty will obviously go over, and the Whalers will just hang on to it here to keep possession as the clock will expire here in the first. Whalers score 3 in the first. Hanlon, Canton Jenkinson, and Jake Grant find the net. We'll be back with the second quarter here. Whalers up 3-0.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com. Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit myricklaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Want to welcome you back live here to Vito Capizzo Stadium, where the Whalers hold a 3-0 lead here after one quarter. They will have a man up here for another 52 seconds as the Vineyarders were whistled for a penalty with 8 seconds to go, and the Whalers just hung on to it as Hanlon puts it in play here. And we are underway for quarter number 2 as your defending Division IV state champions look to add to their lead here on the power play. Hanlon gets it back at the top of the zone. Swings it over to Stringer, back to Hanlon. Nice patience. Here's Hanlon. He'll fire it. Blocked. So off the Vineyard as it will roll out of bounds. So Whalers retain possession. Still 23 seconds left. Let's see if they can get a good shot off here. Nice job by the defensive unit for the Vineyard to block that Hanlon attempt. He's already got one goal. Stringer, Hanlon. Good fake shot. And behind the net, looked like it was in, but Hoff able to get to it. Looked like it came out of the net a little bit early, but they can pressure him. He's outside of that circle and just winging it forward to waste some time, and it does so, and the penalty is expired. So good job actually by Hoff, the goalie there, to just Gilman it a little bit and run off the rest of the clock there. 11 minutes to go here in the second. Whalers with possession and a 3-goal lead. Nice spin with the long stick there by Canton Jenkinson. He's got a goal as well with that long stick. Gets it over. Back up top. Hanlon unable to capture it cleanly, but he will run it down. Good defense there by number 35 for the Vineyard to knock it loose. That is Griffin Bull. And an infraction whistled on the Whalers, so it'll be Vineyard with the ball. Here's Hoff. Cirillo unable to stop him. Pass goes in front, shot, score! Good pass, wide open man right at the crease there. We'll take another look at who that was. Number 24 for the Vineyard, Dylan Moan, with the first goal for the Vineyard. As Jenkinson basically had no chance. Moan had snuck right in just outside that crease to capture the pass from Hoff and fling it into the net. So the Vineyard climb back into it. Now 3-1, the Whalers lead with 10:25 to go here in quarter number 2. Both teams have had a man-up opportunity, unable to capitalize. As Cirillo gets his stick adjusted just a little bit by the stripe. And he will fling it forward and unable to control it cleanly once again. But he does scoop it up and give the Whalers another possession here. We're going to get back to that 3-goal lead as he will sprint off. Hanlon waits for Johnson to sprint on. Number 6 for the Vineyard, Landon Medeiros, finishes off their defensive unit as well. Hanlon, again, one of the 4 captains on the Whalers, looks to make an individual move, goes to the left, swings it back. Oh, hit to the face, no call. I guess it was just a brush. Good pressure by the Vineyard defense. But here's a chance with some space. Good pass. Oh, just off the stick. And a bit of a fling up. Free ball, loose ball, still bouncing, bounding in the middle of that field, which you can see is a little less green, but finally Canton Jenkinson able to scoop, and he'll avoid one, sprint to the sideline, takes on the hit, takes on another one and loses it. But the Vineyard able to, oh, actually they give it to the Whalers because it was off the stick hit. So Cirillo puts it in, and the Whalers will retain possession. Canton Jenkinson, no, not shy in the physicality of the game. Never has been, never will be. He's one to mix it up with anybody. Love that about him. And once again, finishing off the offensive set for the Whalers, Tyler Miller, number 14, with the ball. Whalers work it in, and no whistle, loose ball. That will be a trip, however, a hold. So it'll be Whalers putting it in here behind the net as the clock stopped at 8:41 here in the second quarter. 3-1 our score. Whalers with the lead and the possession. Hanlon making a push. Advances through one. Backs it out. Good patience here as Aloisi will call it from the sidelines here as again, the Whalers play with the lead here, so no rush whatsoever. Johnson looking to make a move. He gets some space. Low shot blocked in front. Loose ball kicked ahead. And the Vineyard will try and get a clear here along the sidelines. Good defense, and jarring it loose is number 32 there, Ben Yates. One of those guys we mentioned early on as Jenkinson just flips it out of bounds. He was in a bit of a trouble out behind the net, so the Vineyard will get the possession here and take the offensive set here at the top of the zone. It's number 5, Finn Callan, putting it in. He'll run it to the far side. Hanlon picks him up. Gets through Hanlon initially, but the angled off. Good stop, go. Spin out, shot, scores! It looked like Jenkinson might have gotten screened there. Finn Callan, let's take a look here. Yeah, it was number 2. Canton Jenkinson was kind of in there. No, he got a clean look. Just a good shot by number 5 there. Finn Callan with a rip. And the Vineyard have scored twice here in the quarter to draw back to 3-2. As we see Hanlon coming off here for a minute. So we've got ourselves a dogfight. No surprise there. Whalers jumped out ahead 3-0. The Vineyard have countered with 2 straight goals as Cirillo gets a clean look here. He'll shoot it well over the top, but Whalers are there to retain the possession. Good job by Jake Grant to get behind the play. And he'll put it in. And errant pass gets to Hanlon, however. As the Whalers call out the play. Hanlon behind the net, looks to spin. He is multifaceted with his left and right. Doesn't matter. He'll put it in play. Near shot. Near hit to the head, too, as the Vineyard able to get it. And we'll look to get out. Ooh, nice play. Out of bounds, however. So good job by the Whalers. Jordan Souza unable to get the clear. And the Whalers will once again put it back in play. Hanlon, low shot, and a flag is thrown. As the play extended, looked like a hit to the head. So the Vineyard will be called for another penalty here. Called for the slash, so that'll be a minute. Looked like he caught the head there of Hanlon. So the Whalers will have their second power play here with 6:30 left in the second. Looking to extend their lead. The Vineyard have fought back in this thing. They're down just 3-2. Let's see if the Whalers can capitalize on the man up, their second of the game. It'll be Grant to put it in. Johnson over to Hanlon. Ooh, nice play as the Vineyard jars it loose, and they will gain possession here. Oh, just toss out of bounds. No chance there. But waste a few seconds on the clock. Just 44 seconds left on the penalty. Whalers going to have to go 3/4 of the field here to get things going. Deep pass up, and quickly Hanlon gets it into the zone and will pass it over. He'll get it. Again, another pass broken up by number 40. That's Connor Beeson. I can't read the score. Here's Hanlon with space. Shot whizzes just wide, looking for that top corner. And the Whalers will retain possession here. Still 26 seconds, so plenty of time to get a shot or 2 off, depending on how quickly get it. Hanlon, good save. Hoff able to get the net up as he will look to advance it. Gets it up to midfield. And the Vineyard advances with a man down. And they've done a good job. Hoff now controls it as the penalty expires. Vineyard back to full strength. They could tie it up here. Jenkinson rides him. Bangs it loose. Behind the net it goes as CJ battles with him. And rolls out, white ball. Good job by the defense, but Whalers unable to capitalize on the man up. So we continue play. 5:11 to go here as Jeremy loses it momentarily, but gathers it back. He'll look to clear, gets it up to midfield, and Hanlon. Cirillo on the offensive set, circles back. Under 5 minutes to play here in the second. The Vineyarders have battled back to make this a 1-goal affair. 3-2 now the score. They've been scrappy on defense. The Whalers have found the net 3 times in the first and have yet to score here in the second, despite having a man up, and have controlled the possession. But it's been a little bit of sloppy play like that right there, and another big hit taken by number 28. That's Mooney. Bodette circles back. Cirillo at the top of the zone. Good patience shown by the offensive unit here as the Whalers look to wear the Vineyarders down here on defense. Cirillo circles. Good double move there. Shot, save made. Hoff has been solid in net, especially here in the second quarter. As the Vineyarders can tie it up here if they can take advantage. Jenkinson gets to it and will stay in that circle. Get a quick clear up to Hanlon. And Johnson gains the zone. Well, Bodette actually gains the zone. Excuse me, that's 9, not 6. And I can hear Coach Aloisi yelling for another timeout here. We're going to keep it right here because I want to talk about our little snap raise here as we are asking you, Whalers Nation, for some help. For the first time, we are asking for personal donations from you, the fans, families, supporters of Whalers Athletics on the NSC and NCTV, addition to our amazing and very supportive businesses that help us bring you Whalers Athletics. We have introduced a Snap Raise fundraiser running right now, and we are accepting donations to help a few things. Expand our coverage, which this year will include, this season I should say, will include softball coverage. We've already seen one of those. Obviously, we love to continue our student involvement and of course, ensure that we are able to bring you the best quality coverage of your Nantucket Whalers student athletes in competition. If you can, please hop on our Snap Raise, as you can see it on the screen there. You can even put your phone right up to the screen there and do the QR code, which is totally cool if you can help us out. I do want to thank a few folks and families that have already generously donated to our cause, up to and including Janet Duarte, who's down on the score table as always. She was our first donation, but man, you guys got some work to do if you're going to be Jerry and Becky Zadroga. They are the leaders in the clubhouse with a very generous $500 donation. Michael and Lisa Getter, thanks very much for your support. Of course, the Jenkinson family, who's got 2 competing athletes here on the field today. They were great supporters of us, and they have donated as well. And a few others that we will continue to mention throughout our broadcast in the entire season. If you can, we ask for your support so we can continue bringing your Whalers student athletes in competition against the best in the state. So 3-2 our lead here, 3:27 to go in the second. Again, another good timeout. Let's see, the last time Aloisi called timeout, it led directly to a goal by Canton Jenkinson. Hanlon put it in play and immediately found Jenkinson on the run, and he used the long stick to get past Hoff and score the second goal of the game. Let's see if the Whalers can dial something up here off of the timeout, as they have seen their 3-0 lead evaporate to just a 1-goal lead now as we continue play here in the second quarter. As I mentioned, 3:27 to go. Thanks for joining us here on a Gray Lady afternoon now, as we started with some brunch lacrosse just after 11 o'clock here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Happy to have you along wherever you may be tuning in here on the NSC and NCTV. So one final substitution as Miller runs in late, and the Whalers will put it in play. Sprinting into the zone, gaining some space, and Bodette puts it in! Or Jake Johnson, actually, sorry, number 12, keeps it himself and rifles it low. You can see on the replay, that looks like a left-handed shot there, baby. That's going to make Hammy Hurd quite happy, as number 12, Jake Johnson, rings it up for his first goal of the game. 4-2 now the lead for Nantucket. So the Jakes in on the mix. Jake Grant getting one of them. Our third goal, and Jake Johnson off the timeout. So once again, Coach Aloisi dials up the timeout, directly leads to a goal as the Whalers pick up their first goal here in the second quarter and now lead 4-2. 3 goals has been the largest lead of the game. Cirillo has now found his groove and wins another face-off as the Whalers will look to get their final ingredients on the offensive side of things. Under 3 minutes to play here. Again, good patience shown here as the offensive set gets called out. Looks like a ISO here for Hanlon. He'll make a move, low shot again. Good save this time as it bounced right in front of Hoff, and he was able to get the net down and squeeze it. But an errant pass here. Whalers can force another turnover, and they do, as number 35 for the Vineyard unable to control it. That's Griffin on the defensive side of things. He lost it, and the Whalers are on the attack once again as we approach 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Hanlon behind the net. He'll make a move. Looking for some help. Good defensive pressure by the Vineyarders. Forces the pass back. Just too aggressive on the pass from Johnson, so it'll be the Vineyard taking over here. But they still got to get it clear here. Not done for sure, as both teams will sub out some guys. It looks like the Whalers will allow the Vineyard to operate in their own end. You knew the hit was coming. You knew it was coming. But the Vineyard will retain possession as it was kicked out of bounds. Grant kicked it out of bounds, but a big hit right in front as number 6 jogs off. And that's Landon Medeiros. He took a big hit there at midfield. But the Vineyard will put it in play here. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the second quarter. Under 2 minutes to play. Loose ball. Still loose. And Jenkinson unable to control it. It's still up in the air. And finally Hoff scoops it up. Jenkinson chases after him, and the Vineyarders will be on the attack here as we approach 1 minute to play. They'll have to get something going here in a hurry. Hoff with some space now. He was lost a little bit in an errant pass. Vineyarders with a turnover. Good advance by number 15, and he'll wait for some friends. Cirillo off his stick. 50 seconds to play here. Loose ball still. And Johnson will get it and advance it into the offensive side. He makes a move to avoid one. Pushed. No call. And, nice snag by Hanlon with the stick as he calls out the play and says, I got this. Don't worry about it. Under 30 seconds to play. Let's see if Nantucket can get one more before the end of the first half. Looks like going to be an ISO play here for Hanlon. He waits patiently. 10 seconds to go. Makes a move. Low shot. Whizzes it high, actually, and it goes all the way up to the top of the hill. Here's another chance for Hanlon. He makes another move. Spins out. Again, whizzes it. Look out on the other side. That'll hurt. As the horn will sound to end the first half. The Whalers pick up 1 in the second quarter. The Vineyarders pick up 2. So we've got ourselves a good game here as we'll head to the halftime. Whalers up 4-2. We'll be back here on the NSC and NCTV with the second half.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com. Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit myricklaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
In 1965, a group of dedicated Nantucket parents came together with one goal: to raise enough money to develop game film for the football team. The following season, the Whalers went undefeated. These parents became the very first class of the Nantucket Booster Club. Over time, Whaler pride has grown into something far more than just wins and losses on the scoreboard.
Once a Whaler, always a Whaler. 1, 2, 3, Whalers!
Una vez un Whaler, siempre un Whaler!
What binds us is Whaler pride. It has shaped our island and student athletes for generations.
Whaler pride isn't just a tradition, it's an identity, a legacy for families who choose to plant their roots here in this community all year round. It can bring generations of island families together, and for Wash Ashore children, it can transform an unfamiliar place into a new home. The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics. It helps provide our teams with gear, additional travel expenses, and much more.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. From the homecoming to the pig roast, and most importantly, Hank, our school mascot. We're here to create a fun and welcoming atmosphere. More than money, we need members. And part of this club, you are a member, not just a volunteer. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Support our kids and Whaler pride by volunteering for the Booster Club. To learn more, please email the address on the screen.
Girls are strong. Girls can throw. Girls can play football if they have a determined mindset. Girls don't have to just look pretty. They can pack a punch, believe me. My name is Ashley Klatt. I'm on the Nantucket Whalers football team, and here's my story. Girlhood to me was very different than a lot of people's girlhood. I grew up watching the Dallas Cowboys every Sunday with my dad, my sister, and my entire family. And I just loved watching the game, all aspects of it, and I just wanted to get that hands-on experience. Since I was little, I've been bullied a lot. I'm still bullied. I was bullied for my weight, my attitude. It just didn't make me feel great, and it made me very upset at points, but I have a sense of determination that I just walk through it. Being tackled is crazy as it is, but Coach Machado has taught me that when you're hit physically and mentally, that you have to just get up and keep pursuing and keep fighting until that last whistle. You just have to get used to it, push through, and be that person you know is deep down inside. I empower myself by showing people that she's not just here to wear a jersey and look pretty. She's here to get dirty, get rough, get tough, get to some place where things are possible and things can happen. People will give you weird looks and think, oh, this person, they're different because they're a girl playing a male-dominated sport, but you need to always have that confidence and determination. You will always look back on, I did that. I achieved greatness. I hope I've inspired a lot of girls on this island that you can do things if you put your mind to it, no matter what. If you can trust yourself, you can do it. when I threw a passing touchdown. It felt really good to have that happen to me because me leading my team to victory was amazing and a great feeling, and I still relive that feeling to this day. There's a misconception where girls are kickers because they play soccer, they can kick really far, and a lot of them are kickers, which is also, I give them props because they have to still go to practice and they have to still perform at their absolute best. And having to like get hit a million times but still getting up and still pursuing, I'm like, that's me, that's how I feel. And I am so excited that I get to meet these people every game if I get the chance to. Having somebody else that reflects me and how I play is really special to me. Dear future Ashley, I hope we are a coach, whether that is a high school coach, a college coach, or an NFL coach. I hope we're doing something amazing with our lives and we are living our life to the absolute fullest. Welcome to New Moon Fest, Nantucket Empowering Women.
Well, welcome back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. As you can see, the boys have exited the locker room here with just over a minute to go here in halftime. Whalers up 4-2. They've gotten 4 different goal scores and had a 3-0 lead at the end of one quarter, but the Vineyarders, got to hand it to them. They have battled back. They scored 2 goals in the second. Whalers were able to add another one. We've got Hanlon with a goal for the Whalers, Canton Jenkinson, and then the Jakes. Jake Grant netted the 3rd goal, and Jake Johnson netted the 4th goal for the Whalers. It's been Dylan Moan and Callan, the goal scorers for the Vineyarders. Again, happy to have you along here as the Whalers are defending their state title. That's right, the MIAA Division IV state championship last year, and it's their home opener. They won their opening game 12-0 over Whitman-Hanson and have looked pretty sharp here. Again, both teams kind of a little sloppy to begin play here with some turnovers. Again, the Whalers were able to rebound and net 3 goals, taking advantage of a timeout called by Coach Aloisi in the first, rung up a play as Hanlon found Canton Jenkinson with the long stick, and he went in and scored a goal. They rang it up again as Jake Johnson netted one, kept it as an ISO play, and he found the net. It's been a couple of low goal scores as they bounced in right in front of the Vineyard goaltender Hoff. They seem to find something there that maybe the coaching staff noted to get those shots sort of on the low side of things. It's always tough to get down with that net. A little more, just your reactions naturally to put that net stick right in front of your face there, and to be able to twist it down is always a little bit tricky. But Vineyard has held their own here, especially on the defensive side of things, been causing some turnovers, and it has been a grinder of a game, and we thought that would be the case here as the Whalers, again, trying to defend their state title here. They have won 18 in a row dating back to last year. They won 15 in a row and then picked up some playoff wins, as we noted, as we saw, up to and including that win over Barnstable over Sandwich to win the title. 7-6 was the final. What an incredible moment that was when Jeremy Jenkinson saved the final shot as the clock expired, and the Whalers were able to celebrate over across the pond as one of those historic moments that we've been able to capture here over the last 4 years at the NSC and NCTV. As you can see, we are ready to go here for the second half of play. Cirillo battles as he has found his groove and wins another faceoff. He'll sprint it into the zone. Look for a quick shot. Scores! Cirillo off the faceoff. Takes it in himself. Have a look, baby. It's beauty. Hammy will be proud of that one. Switches hands and nets it past Hoff. 7 seconds into the second half. And the Whalers are back up on top by 3. David Cirillo, the senior face-off specialist, has found some minutes on offense as well, and he will look to grab another one here off the face-off. Great stuff to start the second half, and he wins another one. Circles back and will whip it over to Hanlon, who gains the zone and allows the Whalers to get their final offensive cogs in. 5-2 the lead. A quick goal for Nantucket here to open things off here in the second half. Miller, he netted a couple of goals against. Oh, nice save there. Quick shot. Saved by Hoff. Whalers able to retain possession. Just underway here in the second half. Whalers now lead 5-2. Miller once again looks for a one-on-one move here. Moves to his right. Pass in front. Shot. Point blank. Scores! Great job on the fake. Good pass right in front. And no chance by Hoff as Mooney picks up the goal. Number 28. And the Whalers have struck early here, netting 2 goals in less than 2 minutes to begin the second half, and now have a 6-2 lead. 4-goal lead is their largest of the afternoon. And Cirillo's back at it again. And it'll be Whaler ball. Vineyard with a little quick response. Here's Soren Edwards. Look out from behind. He avoids one. Again, he has adapted well from hockey. He actually played tennis last year and the last couple years, so nice to see him on the lacrosse field. I know Hammy Hurd was a little sad losing him in the youth side of things, and he's happy to be seeing number 22 back on the lacrosse field. And here's another set play here for the Whalers, making a move, sprinting ahead. So they have made a couple of nice adjustments already here in the early moments of the second half. Here's Johnson with an advance. Pass into the middle. Knocked away. Vineyard tries to get to it. Clear pass up. Good spin. Again, Jake Johnson trying to defend, and the Vineyard able to gain the zone here. They found the net 2 times in the second quarter, but were stoned in the first quarter. Jenkinson came up with a couple of good saves. One shot ricocheted off the post for the Vineyard, so we've had a couple of good opportunities here as they work it around. Whalers collapse in the middle. Vineyard works it around the zone here, back up top. Hoff swings it over to number 13, Will Beliunas. Back to Hoff. He's double-teamed and goes down. Whalers cause the turnover. Let's see if they can get a clear here. Canton Jenkinson circles back. He'll sprint it ahead. CJ along the sideline here, and he'll try and gain the zone, circles in, and will do so. Tries to get the shot off, saved by Hoff. Didn't quite get as much on it as he would like. He was double teamed there at the end. But another good quality shot, good clear, individual clear there by Canton Jenkinson. They will rely on him much as they did last year with the likes of Michael Culkins, who was an absolute beast off the defensive end in the advance. And here's an advance by the Vineyarders. Had some numbers to begin with, but able to recover were the Whalers. Moan was one of those guys, and nice snag to save a potential turnover there by Baliunas. Rory Lackus, number 27 there at the top, gives it up. Baliunas looking for some help. Pass goes off the stick. And Jenkinson, nice job by the Whalers defense there. Deep pass up ahead, scooped up by Hanlon, and he's on the run. Not going to catch up to Aaron Hanlon. He gains the zone with 7:35 to go here in the third. Whalers looking to add to their 6-2 lead. Jake Johnson finishes off the zone. Oh, off the stick. And a Whaler play, couple of Whaler players here down, and finally a whistle will stop things. Looked like a push from behind there by the Whalers, so it'll be Vineyard ball as they force yet another turnover. See if they can get it clear. Deep pass, Gilman style, off the stick of Nantucket's defender, and it'll be Jeremy Jenkinson scooping it up outside the net. He circles back and flips it over. Deep pass up to midfield, off the stick. Looks like maybe Sujmali in there as well. Ball on the ground, and it'll be continue to battle for here. Finally scooped up, but an errant pass. The fun continues here. Nobody wants possession. Finally, a flag thrown. Let's see who got whistled for something here. Looks like somebody for the Whalers. We'll take a seat here for a minute. Jake Johnson, number 9. Or Bodette, actually, number 9. Just a 30-second infraction. Must have been a little too aggressive on the push. It'll be Baliunas putting it in for the Vineyard, awaits the whistle. So another man-up opportunity for the Vineyard. Down 6-2. They could use a goal here. Just 30 seconds to play with, though, on the man-up. Oh, Cirillo blast him. A little too aggressive. Nonetheless, used up some clock. Just 16 seconds left on the man-up. Behind the net. Pass tip, but controlled still by the Vineyard. Let's see if they can get a shot off here. Running out of time on the penalty. 2 seconds, 1. Not going to get a shot off in the man up. Good job. Shot low. Jenkinson able to gather it up. And we'll look to clear. Deep pass. Oh, just off the stick of Hanlon as he was trying to catch it in stride. And Whalers get the call. And it'll be Cirillo putting it in. He makes a move to avoid one easily. He had a goal to open up the second half here off the face-off. Great job by number 17, David Cirillo, senior this year. And tall shoes to fill after he graduates this year for sure. Miller at the top of the zone. And a flag down. It looked like Hanlon got slashed there. But the Whalers will see if they can get a 2-for-1 here. Miller makes a move. Denied. Mooney behind the net. Again, Whalers trying to get a 2-for-1 here. Flag is down on the field. Run in some space. Shot. Save made. As the play continues, and finally the whistle will stop play as the Vineyard goalie Hoff Able to get a stick on it. 4:52 to play here. You can see what transpired here. It was a good shot on goal there. Good save. Just enough of the ball there. A good low corner shot. But the Whalers will have a man up here. Let's see if it's a 1 minute infraction. It is actually called on number 40. That is Beeson, Connor Beeson. As he kneels and gets some words from the head coach. Coach trying to plead his case, but Stripes having none of it. It'll be another man-up opportunity for the Whalers. Already up 6-2 here. They've netted 2 in the third quarter. We've still got 4:52 to play, and they will be up for a man up for a minute here. Miller controls and gets it over to Hanlon. He was the beneficiary of the smack to the hands. Here's Hanlon. Good deal. Back shot. Good save right at the goalie. That was Noah Stringer trying to rip it. Hanlon quickly gets it in. Still plenty of time for the Whalers. 30 seconds on the penalty. Here's some space. Low shot and another good save. That was Miller. Tyler Miller with a good opportunity there. Another good save, though. Hoff has made some good ones. And, again, just kind of wasting some time here. Not a great pass, but the penalty is down to 8 seconds to go. Whistle stops play. So Stringer whistled for a penalty, so he'll be out for a minute. So it'll be even strength here for the next 8 seconds, and then the Vineyard will have a man up here coming up. Whalers up 6-2, just under 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. They have led from the get-go, scoring the first 3 goals of the game. The Vineyarders actually countered with 2 goals, and at halftime, it was a 4-2 lead. Cirillo took the opening face-off here in the second half and ran it in. Whalers have added one more by Mooney, but they're going to have to come up with a defensive stop here. Nice adjustment there to avoid one. Oh, chance shot, score. Oh, just a bad bounce for Nantucket as number 24 for the Vineyarders, as you see here on the replay, avoids one. Shot gets blocked. Looked like Jenkinson was in good position, and then just a quick shot by Moan, and he picks up his second of the game, drawing the Vineyarders back to a 6-3 game. And we will have another faceoff. Still plenty of time. 38. Oh, no, they actually, because of the power play, they erase the penalty. So they take advantage of the man-up. First time either team has taken advantage of a man-up opportunity. And 3:36 remains as Cirillo flips it behind, and the Whalers get another face-off and another offensive possession. Hanlon spins back as he awaits a couple of friends. Hanlon behind the net, looks to make a move. Unable to find anybody. Now here's a shot. Score! Top shelf rip. Great shot. Hanlon finds some space and just a great goal. Looked like it was number 6. I'm going to have to confirm that, but we will do so. Let's take another look here. I believe it was Stringer. I couldn't quite catch the number on the replay. That's all right. No, it wasn't Stringer. He was going to congratulate. Maybe number... We'll go with Bodette for now. He's number 9. So nonetheless, the Whalers score their 7th goal of the game here, and we'll try and regain possession here. Vineyarders sprint ahead, as they could desperately use another goal here to keep it within reach. 2:40 and counting here in the third quarter. Whalers up 7-3. Pass goes to the left wing, and the Vineyarders will get it set up here. Bellunas, number 13, gives it up to Hoff. Will Hoff, number 1, and his brother in goal. Back to Bellunas. Looking for some space. He'll back it out. Top of the tree zone, and nice job by avoiding some contact by Edwards. Gets it up to Jenkinson. Space and numbers for the Whalers. Shot. Score! Moody once again with some space, as the ball movement was quick and exceptional by the offensive unit. As you can see, Cirillo over to Mooney. Goal. 8-3 now the lead, as the Whalers have scored 4 times here in the period. 2 by Mooney. Again, the transition game that was such a key cog in the offensive strategy for Nantucket last year comes into play there, as they take it coast to coast very quickly. Edwards up to Canton Jenkinson, who once again has been good intermediately. And Cirillo flips it back again. Picked out a clean air by Hanlon. Oh, nice back. Behind the back pass to Cirillo, who gets blasted. No call. Finally a whistle. Yeah, that's got to be a flag. Just a little too aggressive. Looked like it went to the helmet. We'll take a look at it. A little after the play, but nonetheless, the Whalers will have another man up as Cirillo chats it up with number 8. I'm sure they're just discussing where they're going to have some pizza, as they always do. Jordan Souza whistled for the infraction. It'll be a minute. Man up for the Whalers, looking to add to their 5-goal lead. A minute 47 left in the third quarter. It has been a physical game, and finally some whistles. Here's Miller with some space, and off the stick, and turnover to begin the penalty. And man up for Nantucket, so we'll see if the Vineyarders can clear it here. A deep, deep, deep pass, and that'll go all the way through. Tick-tock, tick-tock, but it'll be the Whalers that'll have to get it back here. Still plenty of time. 48 seconds left on the man up. Once again, thanks for joining us here. Our home opener for the defending Division IV state champion Nantucket Whalers. They are on the penalty, or man up here, as Hanlon gets ridden up. And a whistle will stop it. They will keep possession, as it was a little too aggressive on the slash there. Hanlon looking for some help. Cirillo advances. Gets it over to Miller. And the Whalers will gain the zone. He makes a move to avoid one. Good switch to the left. From behind. The Vineyard is able to sweep it. Kicked ahead again. Nicely done, as the Whalers still have 15 seconds left on the man up. They'll have to hurry. Good fake. Shot. Scores! It found the net. 5-hole as the Whalers add their 8th goal and take advantage of the man up for the first time this afternoon. As Miles Bodette picks up his 2nd of the quarter and 2nd of the game. So Mooney and Bodette have each scored twice here. And it's actually 9-3, excuse me. I looked at the scoreboard too quickly. 5:49 to play here in the third, and the Whalers have broken it open here. Now operating with a 6-goal lead, as Cirillo has dominated here in the second half, winning all of his face-off attempts. Nice screen there as Cirillo gains the zone. He's got space. Opportunity shot. Save made. Point-blank range. But unable to get it cleanly out of the zone. Whalers will gain the possession. Good job. As Edwards was in on that one. Cirillo advancing in. just unable to finish the job, but the Whalers still have possession here. Back out, up top. Whitfield coming off as it's a loose ball. Good job by the Vineyard defense, and it will run out the clock here in the third quarter. So the Whalers dominate the third quarter, scoring 5 times, giving up just 1 goal. They will head to the final quarter with a 9-3 lead. We'll be back with that fourth quarter right here on the NSC and NCTV.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast. The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com. Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit myricklaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium as we get ready for the fourth quarter of play. The Whalers hold a 6-goal lead, their largest of the game, 9-3. They scored 5 times there in that third quarter, including 7 seconds into it with Cirillo taking the face-off right down the field, scoring. Bodette and Mooney have added 2 goals apiece in that third quarter. And the Vineyarders only countering with 1 goal, so Whalers can keep the aggressive play up, but can also play a little keep away here as the clock is now their friend, even with 12 minutes to go. I don't think the Whalers have given up 6 goals in a quarter in quite some time. As again, they are coming off a stellar defensive season last year, of course, culminating in a state title. Division IV state championship, first ever for the boys lacrosse program here, as Cirillo has absolutely dominated the second half face-offs, as Soren Edwards will just swing it in to Bodette, who will circle back as the Whalers complete their offensive unit. A little teaser there by Bodette at midfield. Again, going to have to force the Whalers to do something on the defensive side of things for the Vineyard because the clock is their friend. Here's a ISO, a little screen and roll. Just off the mark. Scooped up by Jake Johnson. He's got one of the goals here this afternoon. Play gets called out here. Sprint ahead, move around one. Left-handed shot goes wide. Whalers are back there to retain possession. Good job by Grant to sprint back and get that stick out ahead of the goalie. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. 9-3 our score. Whalers with the lead and the ball. Oh, off the face but bounds right back to Grant. Here's Bodette. Again, no need to be in any sort of rush here for Nantucket with a 6-goal lead. Bodette advances, shoots one wide. So my apologies to the Vineyard folks. I didn't see number 11. I just saw 1. So it is Perry in net, who, again, has done a very good job today, and I apologize to them. But Michael Perry in net for the Vineyard. Despite giving up 9 goals, the Vineyard has played solid on defense. Just good offensive plays run, and, again, a couple of timeouts wisely used, and they've shut out, except for 1 goal, a couple of assists, pretty much shut down Aaron Hanlon, who was absolutely a stud last year. Here he is as he circles back. Another flag down on the Vineyard as Hanlon looks to turn it into a 2-for-1 here. Back to Bodette. Bodette flips it over as the Whalers call out the play here. Flag down on the Vineyard. This is extending the play out here. And again, the Whalers with a 9-3 lead have clock at their advantage. Spin, loses footing as Hanlon scoops it and the play continues. Stringer lost possession, and that'll be a flag to the whistle to stop play there as we get the penalty sorted out here. So it'll be another man up for the Whalers here with 8:51 to go in the fourth. Already up 9-3. Landon Medeiros, the guilty party for the Vineyard. So a man up here for 1 minute. Slash was the call. (9-3) our score here. Whalers with the advantage here, and now a man-up opportunity as Hanlon scopes. They'll pass it over to Stringer. Oh, nice find inside deep. Bodette unable to control it, but will try to scoop it and unable to do so. 3 bodies there for the Vineyard, so if the Whalers can gain possession here, unable to do so though. Number 35 for the Vineyard comes out with a Griffin, and they will try and get a clear. Nonetheless, they have used up some nice clock. Less than 30 seconds to go in the penalty. Up ahead, here's Hoff. Jenkinson beats him to it. Dangerous play, but able to get to it up ahead. Now still some time on the penalty if they can hurry up here. Off the stick, and that'll be a turnover, and the penalty will likely expire. Just 9 seconds left, and the Vineyard takes over. They will guard the goalie, though, so the clear will at least be a little more difficult here for 9 seconds. Good job, by the way, by the Vineyard defense there to thwart the Whalers' attack, but an errant pass on the clear, and the Whalers take over. Miller looking for some help as he will gain the zone. Flips it over to the right wing. Looks like Cirillo. Oh, no. Excuse me. Johnson, number 12. Tough pass and off the stick, as you can see, some frustration there, but turnover. We'll give it back to the Vineyard here as Griffin will put it in play behind the net. Gets it over to Perry. Look out, it's a Whaler attempting to get up there. Here's Moan. Good advance, but knocked away by the Whalers defense. They cause another turnover and are on the run here as we approach 7 minutes to go. Hanlon, Bodette. Circles back, he's got it, whips it, scores! Bodette with a hat trick. Have a look. It's a beauty. Hanlon finds him. Good fake. Boom, lets the defender go by and rips it by Perry for goal number 10. 6:54 to play. And the Whalers now with a 7-goal lead, as they put up double digits for the second straight game, and now hold a commanding 7-goal lead over the Vineyarders. Oh, and a little push there. That'll be the Vineyard ball there, as Whitfield in on the face-offs, replacing Cirillo momentarily, I'm sure. Nice to get some guys some other opportunities. Cirillo remains in on defense here as the Vineyarders try and get something going here. They're going to need a flurry if they're going to pull this one off. And another turnover caused. Canton Jenkinson able to get there. Jeremy scoops it up. So good play. Oh, he goes down. And it'll be a turnover. Lost it. Good job by the Vineyard there to force the turnover. That was Dylan Moan, the annoyance on Jeremy Jenkinson, and caused him to fall and lose the ball. Eunice gets it in place. Shot saved by Jenkinson. Good shot there, number 27. Rory Lackus got a nice low shot off, but Jenkinson was up to the task. Whalers looking to advance it. Cirillo at midfield. He'll circle back, avoids another one, and timeout call by Aloisi. I'll tell you what, he has done a very good job on the back end calling and saving timeouts, or calling timeouts and saving possessions. We'll take it here with 5:38 to go in the fourth. 10-3 Whalers up.
Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
Welcome back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. Again, coming out of a timeout here will be Hanlon putting it in as the Vineyard sprints back on defense. The Whalers in control of the game here with 5:38 to go, 10-3. Now the lead as Miles Beaudet has 3 goals here in the second half. Mooney's netted a couple. Cirillo, again, took the opening face-off and put it past Perry to start things off. Here's Hanlon on the sprint. Tries to avoid Jordan Souza and gains the zone. He'll sprint along the right side. Good move to keep possession here. And again, the Whalers in no rush whatsoever with a 7-goal lead and the ball. Beaudet wisely takes a little jog back to midfield and will advance now. In the left hand, keeps it. Fires, got bumped as he went to shoot and flips it well over the net, but the Whalers were behind there to secure the possession. Quickly back. And a good move. Advanced left-handed shot, scores! A little scoop underneath. Great job. Have a look-see. It's Mooney once again. Pass came in, saw the opening, and switches to the left. Hammy Hurd, you got to love that, baby. 11-3 now, the lead, just under 5 minutes to go. Great work by Andrew Mooney as he's got three goals on the day as well, joining Bodette. And it'll be once again Cirillo back in to attempt the face-off. They have won every face-off here in the second half, and most of them, I would say 3/4 of them, in the first half, as the lead was 4-2 at the half. They have busted it open here, scoring 7 goals in the second half, giving up just 1. Vineyard will gain possession off the infraction. David Bouchard right there, number 34, seeing some action here. As he advanced it ahead, Cirillo will get it. And gets crushed by a few guys, 3 purple jerseys, jarring it loose. And here's Hoff on the run, gains the zone, looking to move on, advance on Canton Jenkinson, who's done a good job on him all day. Just 1 goal from number 30. Oh, no goals from number 30, excuse me. Scouting report told us that number 30 was the one to keep an eye on. Oh, nice play by Jenkinson to tip the pass. Hoff able to get to it. Under 4 minutes to play here. 11-3 our score. Vineyards got to do a bunch of things in a hurry if they're going to make a rally here. Errant pass. Loose ball. Cirillo unable to get to it. Vineyard controls. Tough pass handled. Able to save it. He's got it on the right wing. Looking to make a move. That is big number 62, James Dutra, in there. Of course, we saw him all over the football field. One of the big defensive linemen, and good dude, big dude. As you can see, he is a load, baby. 69, actually, not 62. There's a wide body out there. There he is. That's a good matchup right there. Oh, great play by Jenkinson as he intercepted the pass. Flag flies down. Cirillo will be called for a slash with 2:58 to go in the game. It'll be a man up for the next 1 minute. As Coach Aloisi makes a couple more substitutions, getting some fresh bodies in there, some guys that maybe haven't seen a whole lot of time today. Nick Yates in there with a fresh jersey as Dutra sprints off. Did a nice job, man. That is a big dude. Vineyarders with a man up here, but they are down 11-3 with time running out here in the 4th quarter. Here's a shot. Whizzes wide and low. Good job by the defense. Come out a little bit. There you go. Good defense by the Whalers. That's Whitfield taking pride in his defensive prowess there. Good shot tipped by Jenkinson. Sprint for the ball. And it'll be Whalers' ball. Great job by Jeremy Jenkinson in getting away of the puck. the way of the ball and sprint back behind the net to gain the possession. See if the Whalers can get it clear. Jenkinson avoids one. Tries to get it up to Whitfield, does so, but the Vineyard's there. Good job. And they unable to gain advance there. As Baliunas lost it momentarily, and Vineyard was able to get it. He comes jogging off, however. He'll get replaced by number 7, Gabriel Bengtson. Vineyard, in all likelihood, will drop to 1-2 on the season. Won their first game against Cardinal Spellman. Pass goes through. Ooh, nice try as the Vineyard had a cutter available. Down to 1:20 here in the game. Shot, save made. Good blast from number 27 there as he ripped it, Rory Alakis. But the Whalers are on the run here. Again, no hurry as Hanlon avoids the swipe. And we're under a minute to play here as the Whalers will move to 2-0, winning their home opener in defense of their Division IV state championship. They will move to 2-0 on the season. Man, they've got a big test coming up on Tuesday. We'll have it right here from Vito Capizzo Stadium against those Clippers from Falmouth, who always pose a threat. Can't wait to do that. Our next broadcast will be on Monday. However, we'll be back over on the softball diamond for our second game of live coverage as the Whalers will take on the Clippers again from Falmouth on the softball diamond. Vineyarders take over with time running out here, under 10 seconds to play. Moan on the run. Hoff, shot, scores with 6 seconds to go. So our final score in all likelihood will be 11-4. Let's have a look-see. Good pass, Hoff, point blank shot there. No chance as Suge actually in replacement of Jeremy Jenkinson. Suge Mali, as again, Coach Aloisi afforded the opportunity to sub in a couple of guys here and get some rest for some others. And it'll be Whitfield again on the face-off here as the final 6 seconds will tick off here. It'll be win number 2 on the season as the Whalers continue their win streak from last year. And that's going to be false start. So the Whalers will take over here as Janet will march off the final 5 seconds here as Hanlon will just hang on to it as we await the final tally. Again, we have a brand new fundraiser as the Whalers take the field to congratulate Suge, who finished up in net. But, of course, it was number 13, Jeremy Jenkinson, with another fantastic game. The Whalers defense gave up just 4 goals, 3 of which in the first half. They outscored the Vineyarders 7-1 in the second half. And, again, that lone goal scored with 6 seconds to go here in the game. So they shut them out in the third. Oh, no, gave up just 1 in the third and 1 in the fourth to secure their second victory of the season here as they, again, defend their state championship. Again, our next game, as we've got a busy week. I think we've got games every day next week. So stay tuned for us right here on the NSC and NCTV. Of course, you can catch and see where we are broadcasting and when we are broadcasting on our YouTube channel. If you jump on the YouTube channel, all those games are already in there, and you can pick and choose where you want to see and which games you want to see, and you can see past games as well. So if you want to take a look at the state championship game from last year, no problem. Just jump on the Nantucket Sports Connection YouTube channel and check out all your Whalers activity. But thanks very much for joining us here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Again, we'll join you on Monday from the softball diamond, then Tuesday right back here for the Falmouth Clippers facing off against your boys lacrosse team. Then the girls take the field for their home opener on Wednesday as Jamie Lower and her girls team continue great play this season as well. As you can see, the QR code for our fundraiser. We're asking for your help, Whalers Nation, for the first time. We're asking for donations from you, the fans and family and supporters of Whalers Athletics right here on the NSC and NCTV. You can jump on that QR code, take a picture of it, or just head on over to our Snap Raise fundraiser. In addition to our amazing business supporters, we've introduced this Snap Raiser fundraiser to expand our coverage, which includes softball this spring, and we'll try and include some other sports as we move forward here and continue our student involvement. We have incredible student involvement behind the cameras, on the air with me, and we're trying to get some kids to come check out what Charles does, the production side of things as well. And, of course, continue to bring you the best quality coverage of your Whalers student athletes in competition. If you can, just hop on our Snap Raise, take a look at that QR code. It'll take you right to the fundraiser. And again, I want to thank a couple of folks, Becky and Jerry Zadogra. Man, they are the leaders in the clubhouse with a very generous donation of $500. Michael and Lisa Getter, the Jenkinson family. Jana Duart was our first donator. It was like minutes later. She jumped on there and gave us a little bit of money. And we thank all of those donors and supporters of the NSC and NCTV. If you can, please do so. And we'll take a break here. And actually, we'll conclude our broadcast here as we will be back at it after a day of rest and right back at it on Monday. So let's, again, thank all of our folks here. And, hey, there we are. We get to even see Charles and his activity. Again, thanks to Sophia Reese behind the camera. Great eyes on the field. We'll get her in the booth here joining us for some girls lacrosse as well, as she is a former student and player of lacrosse. Again, Charles in charge, making us look cool. For myself, Chris Morris, and all of the NCTV and NSC crew, we'll be back at it on Monday. Have a great weekend. Whalers win big here. Take care of the Vineyard. Final score 11-4. They move to 2-0. Have a great weekend, Whalers Nation. Glad to have you back here.